The Broad Executive MBA is unlike any other part-time MBA program. What separates us from the pack? Simple. It all comes down to our unique team-based approach, robust curriculum, convenient schedule, and world-class faculty. Our faculty consistently demonstrate a passion for connecting relevant research to practical application and value the opportunity to share their experience with our high-caliber students. Take a moment to engage with a brief sample lecture from two of our professors who are experts in their field.
Our agenda today, brief intro, have you guys review the preparation materials. We'll talk about our two cases and then sort of compare and reflect. And what's interesting about these, there's these two very different retail fashion companies, right? And the question is, how are they able to best use technology to compete, right? So that's what we're going to talk about. So our two main themes in the class, right? We have how to create value, and every time you invest, you're taking on some risk. So how to manage the risks associated with those investments. And I want to start off by thinking about you in your organization. So I have a couple of quick polls here, just to get a sense of the room. Like, I know for sure that I have one or two IT insiders, but I think most of you not. So this first question is, are you an IT insider or outsider? What I mean by that, the insiders are obviously, senior manager of the IT department, or possibly someone who's a, computer science degree, but, has some other background. IT outsiders, of course, are the folks who are like, cloud? They need an umbrella? Like what? Okay, like that's, I shouldn't say this, but that's probably a lot of you folks are, not very IT oriented. So quick poll, Kara, do we have a poll on this one? I'm so excited. There's always more insiders than there's seniors. Let's see what we get here. Oh, just a couple. And I voted as an insider. So that means, now the important thing to realize is this is a safe space. Like, it's okay to be an insider. We're not going to go beating up on IT people, even though sometimes we might feel like it. Okay, so that's the first question. So that's good, actually, because the whole course is oriented towards helping outsiders get a better grasp of this very important resource. Right? Okay. Next question, is IT a source of value? And so, Kara, I'm going to want to actually run this poll twice. All right. So last night we just did it once, but we're going to do it once for the insiders and once for the outsiders. And by source of value, what we mean is, fosters flexibility, insight. It's a huge help, right? Or alternatively, is it, something that leads to rigidity, confusion, power struggles, like that's my hard drive, stuff like that, a necessary evil. So first, among the IT outsiders, if you identified yourself as an outsider, what do you think? I can't answer this one, so. The suspense is killing me. So yes, yeah. So it's like, basically people say, yeah, IT for the most part, is like a good thing, right? And we've got a couple there, looks like a few who are saying that there are problems, right? So we'll come back to that in a second. Now, among the insiders, IT insiders, what do you guys think? Everybody agrees. Okay, so we got a lot of advocates. So that's the easy part. And that's kind of the party line. It's like IT, it's a great thing, it's always all about this. But the question that we sometimes don't pay enough attention to is this one. Is it under control? Right? And by that, I mean, when it's under control, there should be no surprises. Things are on time, on budget. You're not having projects that you write off. Sometimes I like to play this. If I'm, in person with you guys, I play a game. Who's got the biggest write-off? You start your $1 million, $5 million, $10 million, $50 million, $100 million, and we typically get some $50, $100 million write-offs. It's like bad, okay? Because that's this side. Stuff's unpredictable, late, over budget. So in your organization, outsiders first. Is it under control or out of control?
In general, how would you define marketing if I were to kind of throw you into a room with a bunch of lay people, folks who maybe don't have as much business acumen as we have in this room? And I'm not going to necessarily grade the responses, so I'm going to allow us to kind of throw the baseball out for the first time. And so even if you're not 100% absolutely certain, that's okay. We're going to, I think by the end of this course, be extremely comfortable with defining marketing in a very succinct way. But let me hear from you all how you would define it. And, you can open your mic either way or through the chat. I've got the chat up. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Hi, this is Millie. Just in layman terms.
Sure, that's okay.
Just like promoting your products in a way that people want to buy them. And you create either different, some sort of appeal that, aside from all the brands, or differentiation that, aside from all the brands, that they're going to buy your product.
Great. I like that. We've got some partners in there. You've got some stakeholders in there, customers, users, consumers. We sometimes term them differently, depends on the business model. And we're trying to zig when everyone's zagging. We're differentiating. We're trying to promote. We're trying to position. So good. That was nice. Anyone else?
Hi, Professor. This is Vlatko, Team 14. When I think of marketing, I think of it as maybe a process of creating value for customer.
I love that. Very nice. So process definitely is I think it's a great term because it encompasses not just something that is pre-planned. It can be organic. It can bubble up from user to user, or it can be from a corporation or an institution to a user or back. And I love the term value. It's a really rich term though, so we're going to need to unpack what value means. I'm going to offer you some definitions there that I think will make it easy, but I like that a lot. Very good. Anyone else? John, I see your comment just popped up. Great. So marketing is about that value proposition about something, some stuff, or a service, something like an experience might be, that a campaign is trying to sell. Okay, so we've got selling in there. You've got that term value proposition. Some of you may have heard value proposition before, and you thought, what the heck is that? And what's the difference between that? And we're actually going to define value proposition so clearly that you will never kind of wonder what that means. It is a very specific term in marketing.